For over 4,500 years, the pyramids of Egypt have stood as some of the most mysterious and magnificent human-made structures in the world. They dominate the horizon of Giza, immense stone mountains rising out of the desert. To the ancient world, they were symbols of divine power and the eternal afterlife. To us today, they remain an engineering puzzle that continues to baffle and inspire. The most famous of them all is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, around 2560 BC, in Egypt's Old Kingdom period. It was originally 146.6 meters tall, 481 feet, making it the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. Even after thousands of years of erosion and the loss of its outer casing stones, it still stands at 138 meters today. It consists of more than 2.3 million blocks of limestone and granite, each weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons. The precision is breathtaking. Its sides are aligned almost perfectly to the four cardinal directions, off by only a fraction of a degree. And here's the question: how could ancient builders, with no steel tools, no modern cranes, and no trucks, accomplish something so extraordinary? The mainstream answer from Egyptologists is this: it was human ingenuity, sheer manpower, and clever engineering. The blocks were quarried nearby, some just a few hundred meters from the site, others, like the massive granite blocks in the King's Chamber, brought from Aswan, over 800 kilometers to the south. They were moved on sledges, possibly over lubricated sand to reduce friction, and then hauled into place using ramps. For decades, many believed in a massive, straight ramp leading to the pyramid's growing structure. But here's the problem: to build a ramp with a gentle enough slope to pull multi-ton blocks, the ramp itself would have had to be longer than the pyramid is tall, requiring more material than the pyramid itself. This led many researchers to doubt the straight ramp idea. In the early 2000s, French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin proposed a different theory, that the pyramid was built from the inside out, using an internal spiral ramp. His 3D models show how the ramp could have been built within the pyramid's walls, turning at each corner, and allowing blocks to be pulled upward without needing a massive external ramp. This would have preserved the straight, sharp edges of the pyramid during construction. In 2015, some scanning data from muon detectors hinted at unusual internal structures that could match this idea, but definitive proof has yet to be found. Still, ramps remain the most widely accepted explanation, though not everyone agrees on what kind. Some believe there may have been smaller zigzagging ramps along the sides. Others suggest a combination of straight ramps at the base, then spiral ramps higher up. And then there's the crane and lever theory, the idea that workers used wooden frames, counterweights, and simple lifting devices to move blocks upward once the base was complete. But it's not just the how that's debated, it's also the who and the why. For centuries, people repeated the story that the pyramids were built by slaves, often imagining thousands of Hebrew captives toiling in the hot sun. But archaeology tells a different story. Excavations at Giza have uncovered workers' villages, bakeries, and breweries. These workers were well fed with bread and beer, and they lived in permanent housing during the project. Most were probably farmers working for the state during the Nile flood season, when their fields were underwater. They were skilled laborers, proud of their role in building something that would last forever. Even with this understanding, there are still unanswered questions. How did they achieve such perfect alignment to true north? Theories suggest they may have used the stars, specifically, by watching the alignment of two stars circling the North Pole, but achieving this level of precision without modern instruments is remarkable. How did they transport 50-ton granite beams from Aswan? Experiments show that with hundreds of men, wooden sledges, and wet sand, it's possible, but still incredibly difficult. Some researchers think there might have been special slipways along the Nile to bring the stones close to the construction site. This is supported by one of the most important discoveries in recent decades, the Wadi al-Jarf papyri. Found in 2013, These ancient records describe a man named Mur, an overseer responsible for transporting limestone blocks from the quarries at Tura to Giza by boat. This is the oldest known papyrus and provides a rare, direct window into the logistics of pyramid construction. Then there's the astronomical mystery. Robert Bauval's Orion correlation theory points out that the three main pyramids of Giza match the pattern of the three stars in Orion's belt. The ancient Egyptians associated Orion with Osiris, the god of the afterlife. Was this alignment intentional? Many believe it was, suggesting the pyramids were part of a larger cosmic plan, linking the pharaoh's soul to the heavens. And of course, there are the more controversial theories. Some, like Graham Hancock, suggest that the pyramids are far older than mainstream archaeology allows, possibly remnants of a lost civilization that existed before the last ice age. Others, like Eric von Däniken, go further, suggesting that advanced beings, possibly extraterrestrials, had a hand in their design. While there's no physical evidence for such claims, these ideas have become embedded in popular culture, fueling endless documentaries, books, and debates. Modern science is now probing the pyramids in ways never before possible. In 2017, a team using muon tomography, a technique that detects cosmic particles passing through stone, discovered a massive, previously unknown void inside the Great Pyramid. It's about 30 meters long and sits above the Grand Gallery. What's inside? No one knows yet, but it could be another chamber, a construction space, or something entirely unexpected. Even with all our technology, the pyramids still hold secrets. And maybe that's part of the reason they capture our imagination. They are both deeply human achievements and timeless mysteries. The people who built them left no detailed construction manuals. The tools and methods they used were simple by our standards, but their organization, skill, and determination were extraordinary. In the end, the pyramids are proof that human beings, even with limited technology, are capable of feats that seem impossible. They remind us that ancient people were not primitive, they were engineers, astronomers, architects, and visionaries. Whether built block by block with ramps, or with some ingenious method lost to time, the fact remains, these monuments were created by human hands, for human purposes, and they have endured for nearly 5 millennia. And perhaps, that's the greatest mystery of all, not the method, but the mindset. What drove a civilization to devote so much time, labor, and resources to a single monument? Was it faith? Power? A desire for immortality? The Great Pyramid is more than just a tomb. It is a message carved in stone, a message that has survived sandstorms, earthquakes, and the collapse of empires. And until the day we can answer every question, the pyramids will continue to stand, challenging us to learn more, to dream bigger, and to remember that even in the distant past, humans were capable of extraordinary things.